Welcome to Sunday Prime on Idea TV. We bring you innovation-driven stories shaping Africa and beyond. I am Cynthia Bassi. We begin tonight in NASARAWA State, Nigeria, where a new agricultural milestone is taking root, one that could redefine the nation's place in the global sesame market. Nigeria has launched a $3.4 million sesame project in Nasarawa State through a public-private partnership aimed at strengthening the country's agricultural value chain and export capacity. The initiative, known as Agro-City Doma, is a collaboration between the Lower Benue River Basin Development Authority and AMISEC Industrial Company. Under the agreement, the River Basin Authority will provide 1,000 hectares of irrigated land with access to water from the Doma Dam, while AMISEC will oversee financing, infrastructure, and farm management. Valued at 5 billion naira, the project will establish a complete value chain of organic sesame from production to processing and export. Agricultural operations are set to begin with the next rainy season, while infrastructure and processing facilities will continue to be developed. Full operations, including processing and exports, are expected to commence in the first quarter of 2027. Once operational, Agro-City Doma is projected to generate about $7 million in annual revenue and create more than 2,500 direct and indirect jobs. According to the National Agricultural Extension and Research Liaison Services, Nigeria's 2024 sesame harvest totaled over 500,000 tons, with Nasarawa contributing more than 58,000 tons, ranking third at Benue and Kogi states. Trade data also shows Nigeria exported over 360,000 tons of sesame seeds in 2024, earning roughly $425 million in revenue. The Agro-City Doma project is expected to further position Nasarawa as one of Nigeria's leading sesame-producing states and enhance the country's share in the global sesame market. Now, still in Nigeria, but shifting from sesame fields to the meat markets of Lagos, where demand for beef is soaring even as local production struggles to catch up. Lagos, Nigeria's bustling commercial capital, home to one of Africa's largest beef markets, consumes an estimated 328 billion naira worth of red meat every year. According to the Lagos State Ministry of Agriculture, the city's more than 22 million residents require about 1.87 million heads of cattle annually, equivalent to over 468,000 metric tons of beef to meet their protein needs. Yet, despite the massive demand, local production remains extremely low. Only about 12,000 cattle are produced within Lagos each year, leaving the state heavily dependent on livestock imports from northern Nigeria and neighboring countries such as Niger, Chad, Cameroon, and Burkina Faso. The development agenda for Western Nigeria Dawn, it identifies the Southwest as Nigeria's largest consumer of livestock products, with Lagos accounting for nearly 70% of that figure. Currently, Lagos operates without a functional ranch. The government, however, is pushing ahead with the Eco Ranch project aimed at boosting local cattle rearing, reducing reliance on external supplies and enhancing food security. On average, about 10,000 cattle are slaughtered across Lagos daily, including those processed in military barracks. The state has 16 abattoirs, 11 of which are government-managed, though many remain underutilized. The numbers highlight a striking contrast. While Lagos leads the country in meat consumption, though it remains the least self-sufficient in production, a challenge the state hopes to reverse through ongoing agricultural reforms. Now, from agriculture to international cooperation, Nigeria and China are charting new frontiers in women-led development and infrastructure investment. A historic forum in Beijing this week is setting the stage for deeper collaboration in gender-responsive projects across energy, trade, and technology. Nigeria's Minister of Women Affairs, Iman Suleiman Ibrahim, has co-hosted the first ever Nigeria-China Women's Infrastructure Investment Forum in Beijing, a historic event aimed at strengthening bilateral cooperation on gender-responsive infrastructure, women's economic empowerment, and inclusive development. The high-level forum, jointly hosted by the Federal Ministry of Women Affairs, the Mutual Commitment Group, the China Chamber of Commerce for Petroleum Industry, and the Nigeria-China Friendship Association, brought together senior government officials, investors, and private sector leaders from both nations, held under the theme Investing in Nigeria's Future, Harnessing Gender-Responsive Infrastructure for Sustainable Growth and Social Resilience. The forum spotlighted new opportunities for women's participation in strategic sectors including energy, agriculture, and trade. A key outcome of the event was the signing of a new Memorandum of Understanding on enhancing the participation of women in Nigeria's gas sector, a major step towards advancing clean cooking initiatives and expanding sustainable energy access to women-led enterprises and households nationwide. Minister Suleiman Ibrahim described the forum as a decisive move from policy dialogue to major action, aligning with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. She noted that ongoing programs such as the Women Agro-Value Expansion Initiative and the establishment of safe spaces and sexual assault referral centers are creating a comprehensive framework for women empowerment and social protection. Honorable Kafilat Ogbara, Chair of the House Committee on Women Affairs, commended the minister's leadership and reaffirmed legislative support for women's advancement, referencing the proposed bill for reverse seats for women in governance as a milestone towards inclusion and representation. Also speaking, Mrs. Eugenia Ojia, representing the Bureau of Public Procurement, underscored the role of affirmative procurement in promoting equity and inclusive growth, while the China Chamber of Commerce, Ms. Ma Li, hailed the partnership as a model for gender-responsive investment and sustainable development. Private sector partners including Newport Energy Limited and Easy Sales Export shared experiences from ongoing collaborations under the Ministry's Renewed Hope social impact interventions, targeting 10 million women across all 774 local government areas through initiatives in agriculture, digital inclusion, and energy. Minister Suleiman Ibrahim expressed appreciation to the government of China and all partners for their collaboration, reaffirming that the ministry will begin immediate implementation of the new agreement to ensure transparency, accountability, and measurable impact. Let's take a quick break now. Sunday Prime continues when we return.
Enhancing cybersecurity. As cyber attacks grow more sophisticated, cybersecurity technologies are evolving to defend against them. AI-driven threat detection systems, zero-trust architectures, and advanced encryption methods are becoming the new norm. However, keeping up with rapidly evolving threats is a challenge, especially for industries that handle sensitive data like finance and healthcare. The cybersecurity market is expected to reach $248.26 billion by 2024. But the constant need for innovation and adaptation means businesses need to stay vigilant.
Welcome back. If you're just joining, this is still Sunday Prime. Now the rest of the stories. And now to Tanzania, where the University of Dar es Salaam is leading a bold academic industrial partnership designed to fast-track digital transformation and innovation-led education. The University of Dar es Salaam has reaffirmed its commitment to bridging the gap between academia and industry as part of efforts to accelerate Tanzania's digital growth. At the 6th Industrial Advisory Committee meeting for the ICT and Media Cluster held at the PSSF building in Dar es Salaam, the university brought together leading industry players, policymakers, and academics to strengthen collaboration in research, innovation, and workforce development. The meeting focused on aligning academic programs with the demands of Tanzania's evolving digital economy. Discussion centered on practical training, innovation-driven education, and the need for stronger industry partnerships. The event concluded with the signing of several memorandum of understanding between the university and private sector partners, alongside the donation of modern ICT equipment designed to enhance students' hands-on learning and digital skills. Chairperson of the Industrial Advisory Committee, Professor Zaipona Yona, described the initiative as a new chapter for innovation-driven education in Tanzania. He said the collaboration will help transform graduates into innovators and job creators who can contribute meaningfully to the nation's digital transformation and sustainable economic growth. The Industrial Advisory Committee continues to play a key role in ensuring curriculum relevance, employability, and the commercialization of research outcomes. Through these efforts, the University of Dar es Salaam is reinforcing its leadership in building a future-ready workforce and advancing Tanzania's vision for inclusive, technology-led development. Now in Namibia, the journey towards universal access to broadcast services is entering a new phase as the nation takes a decisive step to ensure that no citizen is left behind in the information gap. Namibia is taking a major step toward full national broadcast coverage. The Central Procurement Board of Namibia has signed a 121 million Namibian dollars agreement with Intelsat Ventures to provide direct-to-home transmission services for the Namibian Broadcasting Corporation. The initiative is designed to achieve 100% television and radio coverage across the country within the next 6 to 7 months. Currently, NBC's television services reach about 74.5% of the population, while radio covers 78%. Once completed, the project will ensure that every Namibian, regardless of location, has access to broadcast services. Officials say the investment aligns with Namibia's drive for digital inclusion and equal access to information, while also reflecting the board's commitment to transparent procurement and impactful national development. And finally, tonight, a breakthrough in medical science that could change the way we detect and treat cancer. A revolutionary blood test developed in the United States is showing remarkable potential in identifying over 50 types of cancer long before symptoms appear. A breakthrough blood test that can detect more than 50 different types of cancer has shown promising results in a major North American study. The test, known as Galleri and developed by American biotechnology company Grail, identifies tiny fragments of cancerous DNA circulating in the bloodstream. Researchers say it could significantly speed up diagnosis and save lives through earlier detection. In the year-long trial involving 25,000 adults from the United States and Canada, the test detected a wide range of cancers, including three-quarters that currently have no screening programs, such as ovarian, liver, bladder, stomach, and pancreatic cancers. More than half of the cancers were found at an early stage when treatment is most effective. For those who tested positive, cancer was later confirmed in about 62% of cases. The test also accurately ruled out cancer in more than 99% of people who tested negative. According to lead researcher Dr. Nima Nabavizadeh of Oregon Health and Science University, the results could fundamentally change how cancer screening is done, allowing doctors to detect the disease much earlier and improve survival chances. When combined with traditional screening methods including breast bowel, lung, and cervical tests, the Galleri test increased overall detection sevenfold. Experts, however, say more research is still needed. Professor Claire Turnbull of the Institute of Cancer Research in London cautioned that further studies must confirm whether earlier detection actually reduces cancer deaths. The full findings will be presented at the European Society for Medical Oncology Congress in Berlin this weekend, with more detailed data expected from a major NHS trial involving 140,000 participants in England next year. If results remain positive, the NHS says the test could eventually be offered to up to 1 million people. Sahapa Kumar, president of Biopharma at Grail, described the results as very compelling, saying most cancer deaths occur because the disease is found too late. Cancer Research UK also called for careful evaluation to ensure the test does not lead to overdiagnosis, adding that the UK National Screening Committee will play a key role in deciding whether to adopt the new technology. If validated, the innovation could mark a turning point in how cancer is detected and treated, offering new hope for millions worldwide. Before we call it a wrap, let's take a quick look at the headlines. We brought to you a story that Nigeria launches $3.4 million SESAME project in Nasarawa to boost exports and jobs. We also brought to you a story that Lagos ABATTOIRS power 308 billion beef market amid rising demand and low local production. And Nigeria and China co-host landmark Women's Infrastructure Investment Forum in Beijing. The University of Dar es Salaam strengthens industry ties to drive Tanzania's digital transformation. And Namibia invests $121 million Namibian dollars to expand nationwide broadcast access. A new blood test detects over 50 types of cancer early, a study shows. For more stories, insights, and updates on innovation across Africa and beyond, follow Idea TV on all our social media platforms displayed on your screen. I am Cynthia Bassi. Thank you for your time.